Hello, it's Will D. Kingshouse here from kingshouseonline.com with 5 questions to help you find your niche and its profitability. If you've been struggling to start an information business but you just don't know where to start, well, let's start by finding your niche. But not how it's generally done, because in order to build an information business online, one that you're going to be happy with, you'll need to know your story, your passion, interests, your expertise and experience, and what you need to learn to make your goal happen online. I simply call it your SPIEL. That's S-P-I-E-L, as in story. I'll explain all this in a moment, so let's begin. The first question that we are going to ask is, what is your SPIEL? And your SPIEL is a word that's been coined by me. The S stands for story, P for passion, I for interest, E for expertise and experience, and L, learn something new. So let's take each one in order. The first one, story. Most people have a story. So what's your story? I mean, some people who have been struggling with weight, for instance, might say that their story is how they lost X number of pounds before their wedding day, and that would be a big achievement for them. So what's yours? List your achievements. Seriously, don't be shy about listing your achievements. Sometimes our achievements might seem small to us, but somebody else somewhere might need this encouragement to get going. So take time and write your story. It doesn't really have to be a very long story. It doesn't have to be a novel, because it isn't a novel. You're not trying to write a bestseller, but it may become a bestseller. Just write from the heart and be honest with yourself. Okay, let's take the next letter then, which is a P for passion. What are you passionate about? I mean, if someone were to give you $500,000 today, what would be the first thing that you'd want to do with it, you'd want to accomplish with this money? And sorry, it doesn't include sitting on the beach and drinking pina coladas, that sort of thing. I mean, we're talking real serious stuff here. So write down what you're passionate about. Sometimes we even forget what we're passionate about because we're too busy trying to get money to pay the bills or that sort of thing. Now, for those who would say that, well, passion is sort of overrated when it comes to making wealth online, think Mike Geary. Mike Geary is the owner of The Truth About Abs. And from an interview that I recently read about him, he's making about $1 million a month. Now, that's all in his passion. And that's his passion, according to him, is fitness and nutrition. So that does say a lot about passion, and it is important that you are able to, identify what you are passionate about, the real you, what makes you tick, what makes you burn, that sort of thing. So think Mike Geary. Right, moving on then. Interests. What interests you? Is it traveling? Is it cooking? Is it baking? Teaching others to do these different things? Again, make a list. E is for expertise and experience. What experience do you have? What are you an expert in? What are the most important lessons you've learned in life? Lessons that you'd like to share with others? Lessons that if you were able to put it into an information product that you want to sell to people so that they could get the same results that you did. So, can you teach these things? Make a list. You need to see exactly what your expertise and your experience is on paper, not just in your head. Put it down on paper, see what it looks like. I have a very good friend who worked for the local council back here in England in their traffic department. That's a road traffic department. He has a master's in traffic management, and with his years of work experience with the council, he started his own consulting business. And I have to tell you that he is doing quite well. So it's a combination of his expertise and experience, and he's now doing his own business. You can do the same. What is your expertise? what is your experience? Again, make a list. Okay. L is for learn something. What are you willing to learn? And what would you like to learn to become an expert in, for instance? You know, what's that one thing that you'd like to teach others, but you need something else, maybe a certain other qualification to be able to do this? In my younger years, I played semi-professional volleyball and was prepared to share what I had learned with others. Of course, playing on my own, I was able to just do things that I had learned and things that had arisen out of skills and experience. I was willing to learn how to be a coach, however, so that I could teach others. I needed the relevant coaching qualifications to make this happen. So, is there something you need to learn to achieve your goal? You know, that thing that enables you to do your goal. Are you willing to learn it? Are you willing to spend money? Are you willing to be coached? That's the question. Now, please take note of the following questions below and answer them to help you complete this exercise. And it is an exercise. It's something that you should do for yourself. It's sort of summarizing what we just talked about. What obstacles have you overcome in life? You know, someone who's overcome their battle with, I don't know, facial acne or something. How did you do it? What would you like to do if money was not an obstacle? And again, just to repeat, it doesn't include sitting on a beach somewhere and just chilling out, which is nice. What do you do after work? All these things are an indication of who you really are and what you would like to do if battling to pay the bills was not the issue. What are you learning to do even right now? Again, I have a friend who he was coming up to his retirement after 30 years in a particular industry and decided that he was going to take up being an electrician. So he went and did the courses. And that's exactly what he's doing now. So here's the next question. What are you really good at? Find out what you're an expert in, or find out what you would like to be an expert in. Hope this makes sense. Okay. Now, is there anyone else that's interested in your spiel? This is question number 2, and it's very, very important, because if no one else is interested in your underwater basket weaving, then of course there's no real point going ahead with this part of your spiel. So we're testing out your spiel and we want to know if anyone else is interested. Now, one of the ways of finding out if people are interested in your spiel is to take some of the keyword phrases that best describes your story, your passion, your interest, your expertise, or what you're willing to learn, and go to your favorite search engine. For this exercise, I'm using google.com. So I've simply gone to google.com and I have entered setting up a blog. So that's what I'm using. And you can see from here, the results that come up are, these are the websites that come up when I entered that keyword phrase. But very important, you know, those websites indicate that, you know, there is some life here. There are people who want to know how to set up a blog. There are people who are actually showing others how to set up a blog, but that's not the main point here. The main point here is that people are also asking, how do I start my own blog? How do you become a blogger? How do you design your blog? Where is the best place to start a blog? So all these things indicate that there is interest in the spiel of, you know, setting up a blog. Now, the next thing we want to find out, now that we know that there are people who are interested in our spiel, is what problems are people struggling with? Because before people buy anything from you, they really want to know what problem your product or service is going to solve for them. People don't just buy things because, you know, the sales letter is cool. Yep, people get drawn into sales letters and just buy something, but they probably end up with buyer's remorse and they want to return the product or they want a refund. But what we're talking about here is the real problems that people are having. You know, that's beyond the hype. What are people struggling with? Because if you're able to provide the information that helps people to stop struggling, to have some success, then you're solving problems and people will be willing to pay for this. So what problems are people struggling with is your question number 3 to help you to find out what your niche is. Now, what I've done is I've gone to places like Quora, Yahoo Answers, popular niche blogs, YouTube, and just checked out the comment sections to see what questions people are asking, and from those questions you'll be able to tell what people's problems are. Now, also, if you've got an email list, then you can find out what the real problems are on your list from your subscribers or your customers. You can simply send them an email and ask them what are the 2 top challenges that they're finding in maybe setting up a blog, for instance. Or you can use software like, I believe, Woofu or SurveyMonkey to get a survey done and get people to answer certain questions. Now, the responses that they make will tell you what they actually need help with. And the very important thing about this also is that the answers that they send back to you is what helps you build your niche. In other words, they're asking you specific questions that relate to their circumstances. So you're not going to be competing with everybody else online. You will be meeting specific needs of the people on your list or your target audience. I hope this makes sense. So by the time you then put together a solution in the form of an information product guide, a manual, or maybe some piece of software, people will be ready for it, and you will be solving real problems that people want to pay money for. So, does your spiel cover these problems that people are having? Because until they do, you really don't have a niche that you're going to go into to help people. So, once again, write down questions that are frequently asked and start to tackle them. Basically, see if your spiel covers these questions. Question number 4 then, we want to ask, is my spiel profitable? Let's face it, there are 2 ways to find out if your spiel is profitable. In other words, if it's viable, if it's going to be a good option, is it going to make you money? And these 2 ways, there are more, but these 2 are Any Adverts, and secondly, what's selling. So let's do the first one. I went to, once again, good old Google and entered setting up your blog in, you can see there where my cursor is, setting up your blog. That's what I entered in the Google search engine. And if you take a look here, you will find adverts. So you've got ad there with it in that bit there, and you've got another ad there, and you've got another one there. Quite clearly, these are indications that people are advertising. In other words, they're spending money to advertise in this area of setting up your blog. So if they're spending money to advertise in this area, it says to me that there's a bit more than just an interest. There is an interest here to make money from those who are struggling to set up their blog. I hope this makes sense. And if you were to scroll further down, you would probably find some more adverts in this area. Okay, so the next thing then is anyone buying? We want to know if people are actually paying money for their problems to be solved. Because if they're not spending money, then of course it means we're not going to make money either. So we can find out if people are buying anything in our particular niche area, or our spiel as we call it, by going to buying platforms. These are platforms where people are actually spending money. We're not looking for necessarily whether people have an interest now. We're looking to see if they're spending money. And buying platforms online are ClickBank, JVZoo, Amazon, eBay, Warrior Plus, your Etsy, your Shopify, and quite a good number of others. So for this exercise, I simply went to ClickBank, which is a huge affiliate network, which means other people are promoting products that are sold on that site there. And I entered my keyword phrase to see if anything was being sold here and if it was selling well. I use this phrase, making money with blogs. You can do the same with whatever a keyword that you want to. So let's have a look. At ClickBank, having entered, making money with blogs, this is what I came up with on, the top of the page. It's got, secrets of making money with a free blog. So saying, secrets of making money with a free blog. And then there's the most powerful blogging course to make money. And that's even selling for 170. Well, the average sale is $170.68. It's got promote, which means it wants affiliates to promote that for a commission. And you also have further some other products that are being sold on the ClickBank site. So if you go to ClickBank then and simply enter your SPIEL phrase, and you should be able to tell if anything is being sold there and if anyone is even buying. You can do some more research to find out the pricing. How are they pricing this product? Like this one is 170. Well, the average sale is 170. We want to know why is it that much. If you do further research, which I'm not going to go into here because I don't want this video to be too long, you can go into the sales page, click on it, like if you click on there, and you'll be able to find out how much this product is selling for. You'll be able to find out exactly what this product is even offering, and you can then determine from there, how to price your own products, what to offer people, and so on. I hope this makes sense. Okay. Another place, if you like, another buying market is Warrior Plus. Again, I simply entered, this time I entered blogging at Warrior Plus, and the following sites came up. Free, this is a free product, Blogging Boss, Blogging Paycheck Video Lead Funnel, another free product, and there are quite a few free products here, or Blogging Like a Pro. Again, if you go to this site, all you simply have to do is then on the top there, just click to go to the sales page and see what they're offering. Take note of what problems they're actually solving. From the title here, we should be able to tell, what exactly they're offering. Like this one, Profit Blogging Quick Start Guide. So if we want to make profits from blogging, here's a quick start guide. So we can go and take a look at that and see, what it's all about. Okay. So that's about, if anyone's buying on Warrior Plus. If we go to yet another site, this time around Amazon, which is a big site, as we know it, that sells physical products also. And this time I entered setting up a blog. So just in the gap there, we simply enter setting up a blog, and I can see that there are products there that are being sold. So if we were to scroll down, we'll find some more products. Again, you can have a look around the site and you get a fair idea, what is being sold there. You can see the pricing and what problems this product is meant to solve. Okay. Now, what next? Well, it's time to get serious and build a website around your SPIEL. And remember the list that you've put together? Do a sort of pecking order. What comes first? What do you favor over other things? You might favor traveling over baking, that sort of thing. And let's face it, until you start doing things to get your business off the ground, not much will happen. So start with sorting out your SPIEL so that you know what your niche is, and then put your SPIEL to the test by simply creating a small product. It could be for free or for sale. It doesn't really matter. You're testing out your SPIEL, and as you go along, you will learn more things so that you can get the right audience to see what it is that you're offering. And once you build an email list, from your free product, there will be people who want to download it, and you can build an email list from that, or subscriber list, whatever you want to call it. You can then do a survey and find out from them what exactly do they need further help with, because this is going to, if you like, narrow down your niche area, so you're not going to be competing with everyone else online. You will be the expert, if you like. You'll be the go-to person in your particular niche, because your subscribers or your customers will be telling you exactly what their particular problems are, and that's what you're going to concentrate and solve. You focus on those things and you'll be able to charge money for them. Let's face it, the bigger the problem, the more money that you can charge. So we've taken a look at different sites. Now take your list and do a sort of pecking order and begin to see if your SPIEL is profitable. You know, what are the problems in your niche, see if anyone's actually interested at all, and see if anyone's interested to even buy. The sales pages will tell you if people are buying things. Okay, now I hope you found this information useful, and if so, I would implore you to please leave your question or comment below and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. It's Will D. Kingshouse from kingshouseonline.com signing off.